As far as I know, the 14-day rule hasn't impacted significantly our reimbursements from CMS, but like I mentioned, in an academic hospital setting, our grasp of how our reimbursement is changing in any sort of timely manner is very difficult to get a hold of. It certainly hasn't changed our practice. Us and the oncologists, are much more patient-centric and patient-focused. And so if a patient needs a biopsy and needs the material soon because they have a lot of symptoms from stage 4 lung cancer, we don't really care how long it goes they were inpatient or not, for example. And so the test has to be done regardless of whether we're going to get reimbursed or not. So it hasn't really changed our practice. And as far as our reimbursement, I haven't been told of any drastic changes, but that doesn't mean there haven't been any.
There are definitely some centers that are more constrained by the 14-day rule. I mean, I know that's very true, and it's incredible frustration and an incredible delay, and seems to be a ridiculous rule. But we have the fortune that we aren't that constrained by it. But I need to acknowledge that that's a problem many sites are struggling with.
Yeah, I will say in different advisory boards or different times I've been with different groups of people that are in settings outside of a large academic setting. It's interesting listening to the molecular pathologists because the tests they order and how they function is they are much more cost constraint and reimbursement constrained than we are. So I do know it can put the pressure on community hospitals or smaller labs a lot more so than maybe a large academic setting.
I still think, though, smaller institutions are using NGS, but maybe they're using more focused NGS panels and not 400 gene panels. And that reflects upon probably the extent of detail they can get back, and maybe they can't calculate mutational burden or don't capture fusions as much. And that's a practical reality, I think, of oncology care. Sometimes you need the assays you can use, and that's going to be what your patient can get, and that's the best for them.